Is there something you deal with that you wish you could pay for the privilege of not having to deal with it? 601-995-1017. I mentioned this because I found a story from South Florida. Some scalpers were caught making appointments at the DMV and then selling the appointments for $250 to people who could afford it, so that way they didn't have to go in, take the ticket, wait for hours and hours and hours. They're paying somebody else to wait for hours and hours and hours,
No, that's
basically.
not true. That's not how that works. I've done an appointment at the Florida DMV.
Okay.
You show up at your appointment, so they're just booking up all the appointments, and then if somebody needs something done that day, they have to pay $250 to get it done that day because all the appointments are taken.
Or they have to
wait.
Big deal. They pay or wait. I think this is totally fine.
No.
So what is a privilege that you would want to pay for? How would you like what is something you would want to be able to pay a fee and then you don't have to deal with something anymore? What you got, Allison?
What's so annoying is all morning I was trying to think of stuff and I was thinking of things that do already exist and I just don't pay for them. Like being able to go right through TSA at the airport or it's I just don't pay for that.
Not have ads on YouTube.
Right.
That's something that you could pay for.
But one that I would pay for is I want to be able to jump the line whenever I place a takeout order. If I'm in the parking lot at a favorite restaurant and ooh, you know what? Let me pick up a little burger before I leave this parking lot. But I want mine to skip to the front of the line. So that way I'm not waiting 20 minutes for my food to be ready. It's going to be ready right now.
It's like a fast pass on a jukebox.
Yeah!
You could pay extra coins to get your song at the front of the line. Same idea with the food. I think that's really brilliant.
Thank you.
Olivia texted, and this is exactly what I was thinking would be a great privilege to pay for, not getting stuck in traffic. I think you could sell a little device or whatever that you put in your car and you can hit a button to turn lights from red to green.
That would be very handy in the metro because there are some long red lights here.
Oh yeah, and there would have to be a limited amount of these available. It has to be 10 for every 100,000 drivers in the city or something like that. But I think it's a brilliant invention.
It is.
That there are people who would be willing to pay for that, and then other people would benefit from that too. Like if your neighbor leaves at the same time for work as you do, and they bought the little thing that turns the red lights green. Just make sure you leave whenever they leave, and then you get the benefit too.
Somebody get me a rich neighbor.
What is a privilege you wish you could pay for? It's Y101, Adam and Allison, 601-995-1017. So kind of to go off yours, Allison, which you said, what was it again?
I want to skip the line whenever I place a takeout order. I want you to make my food now.
Okay. To kind of go off of that, another idea for a privilege that I wish I would be able to pay for, if I'm going to sit down at a restaurant, maybe restaurants should have one thing that you buy for 50 extra bucks or something. It all goes to whoever your server is, but you have an alarm and you can ring them and they have to drop what they're doing and come take care of whatever you need. I get why you think that might be a little bit obnoxious for the server.
Very obnoxious.
But what if they get to pocket the extra money?
If you're a server, can you call 601-995-1017? Would you be fine with that, or would that be annoying? Would it not be worth the $50 if you constantly have a customer ringing that bell I need my water filled up.
It's like a little buzzer. Maybe they have an earpiece in or something and it goes off oh, table 2 needs me. I think it would be a great idea. You could only have one per restaurant though. Because there could only be one person who, gets special treatment at a time.
It would be the most unlikable people who would always get it.
Hannah texted us and said, I would definitely have the privilege of having somebody drive me everywhere. That's one that's kind of around, like Uber. I did some quick math. It would cost me about $15,000 a year to Uber to work every single day.
Ooh, that's a pretty penny.
Yeah, it is. But I was actually reading a radio guy's book a couple years ago, and he was talking about how he has a driver. He wrote an autobiography.
That sounds
nice. I was like, man, whenever I make it, I'm getting a driver.
I guess you haven't made it yet.
601-995-1017 is our phone number. Hey, Jesse, what's a privilege you want to pay for? Do you have one?
Oh, yeah. And y'all might be familiar with this. Every time I go down to Florida, I have to sit around and wait the whole entire dang day because you can't check in until 4 o'clock. I'll check in at 8 a.m.
So you want that early check-in?
Oh, yeah. Not they've given it to me before, but it was 2 hours. And I had to pay $75. I thought it was worth it. But if they give me 8 a.m., I'll pay an extra $200 or $300 for that.
Wow. But then again, you are kind of getting like a whole day extra
That's right.
at the hotel.
Exactly.
Like nobody could have been in that room the night before unless you want to like have
Kick 'em out.
have their dirty socks under the bed.
Well, that's actually the trick. If you pay attention to how you book on VRBO or any of these, leave a gap day between yours, and sometimes they will offer it to you. But it's only a few hours.
Thank you for the call, Jesse. Appreciate it. Got a text from Linda. It says, my special privilege would be front door parking everywhere I go.
That's a good one. A rock star parking spot. It just makes you feel good when you get that.
It does. But I don't go many places where there's a lot of people in the parking lot, to be honest.
I don't know that that's something you should be saying out loud.
Hey, Jerry, what is a privilege you wish you could pay for?
I wish I could pay for fast food companies to behave, their employees to behave like Chick-fil-A employees.
Oh, you want to pay a little extra so all fast food places tell you that they are being pleasured by serving you.
Sure. I said it right there.
All right, Jerry. Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.